Good day. Well, it's been another little while since I've recorded, and I don't understand why I keep doing that to myself and to you guys. I really enjoy doing these, but for some reason it seems like I keep getting distracted with real life and things get in the way, and it is summertime, and so there's a lot of events happening, and I try to keep up with at least somewhat of a social life. But that sometimes means a little bit of footage is lacking. We won't be making any complaints or any excuses because guess what? We're all busy in the summer. There's no two ways about it. And I saw that my field desperately needed some fertilizer. I figured that was as good a time as any to start that up and get that going. So we're going to let them do their thing. And I just had another thought that I wanted to run across with you guys, so bear with me. My tongue is not even used to recording anymore. Well, what I was thinking, I have a fair bit of slurry that's starting to stack up at the pig barn, and I said, well, we should probably do something about it. So that's when I came to the thought of getting a slurry spreader. And I was looking through my options here to see what I all could get. And this 150 horse, that one is a little bit big because it also requires this spreader here, or toolbar, whatever you want to call. So I figure, 190 horses is not quite in our ballpark. We probably have to stick with the little guns, right? So I think we're going to be getting us this little slurry spreader, and it still does 15-meter span, so I think that should be all right. 8.2 cubic meters of product. I think that'll be just fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to buy the slurry spreader for now. I think that'll be all right. But then I'm thinking perhaps I go ahead and rent this wagon just as an extra wagon to hold extra product in, which would kind of like when you see an air seeder, how you have that extra tank there that holds all the seed or the fertilizer in. That's kind of what I was getting at. So I'm going to just lease it. I don't think we need it the whole time. And without further ado, we're going to hook all of this up together. We're going to go to the pig barn and we're going to go grab some slurry, if we can figure out where to grab it from. Now, if my estimation is correct, we will be filling up the slurry right over here. Something like so. And that does indeed appear to be the case. Interesting. 15,000 liters. Good. So I did make an attempt at hooking these two up together, and surprise, surprise, this thing does not have a hitch in the back, that wagon, so that was a no-go. I was hoping I could do that just to use the wagon as a bit of a tender, or I don't know how you want to call it, but that was a no-go. I guess, yeah, it'll have to do. We'll have to just keep pulling that wagon around with the truck. Just going to fill up this spreader as well. And then we'll head off to one of our fields and see what we can do with that. Curious. Okay, so we had 15,000 as well as another 6,000 here. 21,000 in total. So if I go close to this wagon, hypothetically, I should be able to refill it. Indeed, that does look like the case. And I am also able to push it off into that wagon as well, should I need to. So this tractor goes off to the field. One of our fields anyway. And then we will see what we can do with the rest of that slurry. Let me just set this feller in motion and we'll be on our way. Okay now. It looks like I can double activate it, I guess, to put on twice as much as normal. That's what I'm seeing, activate double application rate. I'm not 100% sure, but I figure if we can just get one layer on that, it's quite fine. So let's give this a try. Let's higher. It's kind of hard to tell how much it's actually. Yeah, really hard to tell how much it's actually putting down. It's not very wide swath, I'll tell you that much right now. Well, we'll let it do its thing. And it'll continue to do this until all of our manure is empty. And then whatever this tanker can't do, we'll use the sprayer to finish off the job. Even though that little tail wag that you see in the back doesn't look like it's pushing very far, it actually does a surprising wide swath. So I've been watching the AI driver just kind of do his thing, and it's surprising how wide his turns are. So I'm just letting him do his thing, and he can do about one round before he's empty. So once he gets near the other end, then we'll quickly go and top him off again. You can see pretty much 49% right there. And I'll just watch this turn. Like it's not a tiny little swath like the tail would suggest, which is very, very fascinating. But yeah, that's what it is. Alright, I got 31% left in the tank. So my idea is to intercept, because I can offload while he's driving if I'm not mistaken. And I know in real life we're not driving through the field like this. This is absolute nonsense. But this is how the game allows us to play it. So that's kind of what I'm doing. So here you can see I'm just kind of driving beside him. You can see my percentages going down. And whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't want to steal from him. I gotta drop some of this off to him now. Here you go, buddy. Grab some of this. Let's get a little closer to him. There we are. All done. So that means we can bring this wagon back to the store and we can park the truck, because however much that is all they're getting. And that'll have to be good enough. At least we got rid of our slurry. It seems like such a trivial thing to just haul the manure off onto the field. But the reason I do it is a certain part realism. And it is always good to use organics on your field instead of using a synthetic or a chemical spray. So the more organics I can put into the ground, the better off my crops will be. And I just think it's, it's good stewardship. Instead of letting it fester in some sort of giant lagoon and, possibly go into a water stream somewhere and taint the water supply, or go into a water table, whatever you want to call it. So much better to spread it on the field, let the crops get some nutrients out of it, let it build up the earth and replenish the earth, right? And again, so much better than all the synthetic stuff that you see spraying all the time. And speaking of spraying, there is my little farm all there spraying right now. So obviously I still have to spray sometimes because I don't have that much manure. Although it looks like he's just about done with the corn there. That's good. I will say though, the pigs have been hard at work, shall we say. We started off with 20 pigs. We now have 60. Once we have the next litter, then I'm going to be selling off the oldest pigs, seeing as they're of age. And yeah, we'll continue the cycle through. Make sure we have good young pigs so that we don't have to deal with all of the issues that come with having older livestock that just can't produce as well anymore. So here's what we're looking at. The oldest ones right now are 20 months, and they're 25% through their reproduction cycle. So quarter way through. We have 1 month, which are, well, yeah, they're just tiny little weanling pigs. And so they'll be with us for a while. And then we have our 5-month-olds. They're just about done with puberty, and then they can start breeding. So once these reach breeding age, then we'll probably end up selling these, which will probably be, well, you can figure if those are 5, maybe 8, 9 months that these will have to be. So by winter time, these should be ready to be bred, and these should be ready to go to the livestock barn or to the butcher. I wish they actually did have a real butcher so we could get some money off of them, because right now they're looking like they're in a good way. Nice prices for the pigs. And sheep are all 10-month-old. We're not seeing any issues there. Chickens, well, we got 155 at 27 months. Now they're well over 2 years old now. We got some that are just over a year old, 34 of them. And then bunch, yeah, again, 155 at 19 months, just about 2 years old. And then some 17 month, again, 155. We got lots of chickens, guys. We should honestly be looking at our chicken barn and seeing how many eggs we have. I bet you we got a fair bit of eggs stacking up already. It's not the worst pile we've ever seen, but we are definitely collecting a fair bit of eggs here. That is fantastic. What's our feed look like? 37,000. Yeah, no, we're doing great. No issues there at all. While we're at it, we may as well check the honey supplies, see how we're doing there. I know I gotta move some of our silage and hay. That's another chore that needs to be done. Just haven't got around to it. Aha! The honey is stacked full. We'll have to rent the auto load trailer, and we'll have to pull out the honey. See if we can get all that loaded. Not sure if it'll be this episode or not, but it definitely needs to happen here in the short run. With field number 7 all done, that's the big field off to my left there. They had corn as well as a other grain that I forget what it was. Well, that's besides the point. That field's all done with fertilizing. And this one we started with some slurry spreading, but we did not finish the entire field, so I'm gonna go over whatever is left with the sprayer, and then that should pretty well wrap things up here. Our slurry spreader is back at the barn, ready to be refilled as soon as it needs to, and all the tractors and trucks are parked away. That sounds to me like it's right around that time where we normally wish you guys a great rest of your week, and hopefully we can catch you in the next episode. Now, I can't promise that it'll be exactly next week, because as you know, things have been a little bit hectic here, a little bit busy with all of the summer things. There's a camping trip coming up here, say at the end of the month, that I'll be attending, so there could be a little bit of a lag there. And as well, next month some family members want to stop by and visit, so there could be again a little bit of delay getting videos out as well. But come winter time, things should start to slow down, and once harvest is actually done and combining and everything is all done in real life, then we might be able to get onto a little more of a steady schedule. But I do thank you guys that keep coming back to watch the videos, and I know that it is not easy when you're subscribed, or even just you're a content creator that you watch sometimes doesn't upload on a schedule, because yeah, you like to see that. I mean, I feel the same way about Smosh when they miss even 2 days past their 2 weeks that they normally do, I see it and I notice it and I start to worry. But not to worry about me. I'm just terribly busy with stuff in real life, and yeah, I guess Farm Simulator takes the back seat in times like this. Anyway, that's enough babbling from me. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we shall see you guys again very soon.